It's week 1 of the National Football League, and we've got the latest chapter of a historic rivalry. It's the Saints and the Falcons, and it's kicking off next on Madden NFL 23.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today, our new season begins with an NFC South matchup between the New Orleans Saints and the Atlanta Falcons. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, here to welcome you to another NFL season. Always an exciting time, CD. And I tell you what, new is the opportune word here for these two division rivals, Atlanta and New Orleans. A couple of faces who have helped define this rivalry behind center, they're now gone. This is going to be an interesting one to watch.
And let's face it, it's a rivalry that always will blaze white hot, but it's definitely different now. Drew Brees gone 1 year from the Saints. Matt Ryan gone the next year from the Falcons, although he's still playing in Indianapolis. This is two teams in flux a little bit, trying to find their footing, although New Orleans still remains confident they can get back to the Super Bowl. Atlanta building for the future.
Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week, and we are underway here on EA Sports. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. The Falcons now get to stretch their wings on offense here, and a quarterback for them is a former second overall pick who spent 4 seasons as a starter in Tennessee, Marcus Mariota.
After losing his starting job in Tennessee and playing as a backup in Las Vegas, many wondered if Marcus Mariota would get another shot to lead a team. Atlanta gave it to him this season as a bridge from Matt Ryan to the next era. Always a good runner. Don't discount Mariota as a playmaker who can win games for the Falcons. He did take Tennessee to the playoffs in his second season and gained valuable experience in Las Vegas.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Opening carry of the game for Cordero Patterson, finding space at the 40. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. To throw is Mariota. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
First and 10, it's Patterson. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
2nd and 2 now. The penalty leaves them in pretty good shape. On second, here's Algier. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes a defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Mariota. He's got his man, London, right side. And he's going to have a Falcons first down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chains, so they didn't want to go with the deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. Boy, fingers crossed here. First quarter of a new season, already an injury. And while they attend to him, we'll step aside. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And the Falcons are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
Algier, no signal, and now they say he did not get in. He is stonewalled at the 1. Algier again. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Tyler Algier with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Falcons are on the board here first in the season opener. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Now the try here for the extra point. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. A 10-play drive that time. And it was Tyler Algier capping things off with a touchdown. Takes it at the 7. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They're led out by a 3-time Pro Bowler, owner of over 35,000 passing yards in 11 seasons, the veteran Andy Dalton.
I love his football IQ. I love his ability to have people rally around him. And as he likes to remind me all the time when I get ready to call one of his games, I can run it a little bit too. A nice presence to have on your team.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he'll work this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Second down, and it's Kamara again. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. 3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
1 for 1, a lot more to go. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Kamara off the draw. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Throwing, Dalton. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down. Cordero Patterson deep for Atlanta. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
The sack backs him up, so now Mariota in Atlanta dealing with a 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the first down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll give it to Patterson. Skirts by him at the 35. Marcus Davenport there to take him down. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. On 2nd down, a run with Patterson. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. To throw Mariota. Got his man. It's London. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
Mariota now from the 50. Zacchaeus here hauling it in. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Throwing again on 2nd down. Mariota is going to go for a big play downfield. And this is taken in at the 5. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 43 yards.
When teams practice their plays during the week, they're hoping that it's going to pay off on game day. So it sure has to feel good for them when they hit them during a game, and they hit that one there for big yardage.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Play fake, Mariota. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. John Fitzpatrick. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Falcons have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
Coup now for the point after. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And the end result, an Atlanta touchdown. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And some space here. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Saints with the football here to begin quarter number 2. As they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. Here's Dalton. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They look to throw on third with Dalton. There's Chris Olave. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This offense is starting to get into rhythm. A nice quick throw there on target, able to pick up another first down.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down. Kamara gets it again on 2nd down. And pretty good running as he'll be close to a first down at the Falcons' 44. Despite only needing 1, Dalton to throw. And the catch made by Johnson. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 34-yard line. They only needed 1 yard on 3rd down. They get 10 instead by going to the air.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Kamara up the middle. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 50 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
A first red zone opportunity of the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10. Passing, it's Dalton. And that's off the mark, incomplete. After the incomplete pass here now is 2nd and 10. To throw here, Dalton. Here's Johnson with a reception. And the Saints are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. Kamara is into the end zone for a Saints touchdown. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Will Lutz on for the point after. And that one makes it 14-7. So that one a long 11-play drive. And the capper came from Alvin Kamara on the touchdown run. This will be fielded inside the 5. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Marcus Mariota getting ready to go again here on offense. 5 for 5 that last drive. Touchdown pass as well. He was clicking. Receivers, I don't want to be cliche, but running really solid routes too.
And what I love about it is when you look across any team, all right, the body types of the receivers are usually different. The way that they get open, different as well. Some of them use power to get open. Some of them use those head fakes and subtle moves. Some of them just use pure speed. And the really good ones, when they're established, they know how to push off at the end of a route too. But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Mariota. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mariota. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there. That brings up 4th. The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. Great coverage there. Holds him to a 2-yard return following a 50-yard punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
I think they still have to show him as a threat. Make sure he touches it a few times, but as you pointed out, use him as a decoy a little bit and get the ball in the hands of some other people in order to put more points on the board. He's done a really nice job of establishing them with his running.
Yeah, he's established himself well. Now can they put more points up? Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. 3rd down from the gun, Dalton. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Arnold Ebiketie. That is one that he will remember. His first career sack in his first career game in the National Football League.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Here comes the Saints punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now a fair catch taken, maybe a yard or two shy of midfield. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. First down, Mariota. Complete to Zacchaeus. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs as we just saw there.
From the 44, Mariota. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Over the middle, he gets it to Patterson. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. This offense in midseason form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10. Patterson running between the tackles. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. On 2nd and 9. Mariota. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. Wide open receiver complete.
And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Okay, so roughing the passer, and I've got to imagine that's the last thing you want to see week one is your quarterback taking an unnecessary hit.
I think you're exactly right about that. You hate it any week, but boy, are you on target.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Marcus Mariota, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons go up by 2 touchdowns. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, y'all can wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And it's now 21-7. That time a 6-play drive. And it was finished off with a 10-yard touchdown scamper. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. We'll remind you that coming up tonight, the first Sunday nighter of the new season. And how about this for a matchup? The Buccaneers and the Cowboys from Dallas, 8:20 Eastern. Then tomorrow, Monday night, just one game here in Week 1 this year. And it'll pit the Broncos and Seahawks as Russell Wilson makes his Bronco debut. And, of course, where is it? Seattle. Coincidence? We'll let you decide. From the 29, Dalton. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble. That could have been trouble. Now Dalton. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down. Here's Blake Gillikin now. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be Falcon football. 1st and 10 now for the Falcons, and Mariota at their own 24. Beginning on the ground with Patterson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Mariota. Got a man. It's Patterson complete. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Well, he's definitely difficult to account for out of the backfield, and he makes something happen there with the ball in his hands.
Yeah, we've seen a few moments like this in the first half already from this defense. You know you're going to give up some catches, but it's what they do after the catch that's really been hurting them. And it does again right there.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the catch on the next-gen stats.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Throwing is Mariota.
That's caught left side to tight end Pitts. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mariota to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Mariota.
Oh, he's got his tight end Pitts complete. And the Falcons are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence. And that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. To throw is Mariota. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Mariota to throw it. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
Well, that's the 2nd time he's been sacked so far in the first half, and if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
So the sack means it's 3rd and goal now from the 10. Mariota. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Rolland Zacchaeus from 10 yards out. And the Falcons are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead.
Well, that's what I call an answer right there. They gave up a sack on the previous play. How about what they did to finish things off, turning it right back around?
That's the response, and that O-line feels a lot better now, don't they?
Yeah, without a doubt, because give up the sack in the previous play, that just hurts those guys because they never want to see their guy get hit.
Coup for the extra point.
He knocks it through. It's 28-7. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And the Falcons score to cap it off.
Following the touchdown, here's Coup to kick off.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. How does the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here?
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. A first down throw coming for Dalton. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Dalton's throw taken in by Landry. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
And he'll go right back to Landry. It's complete again. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 32-yard line. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had it and dropped it. That is an unforced error there, and it takes away what could have been a touchdown. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Saints. And they did have some success running the football in those first 2 quarters. And that might be something they continue to work on as they try to get back in this game. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, you get a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And whatever they've done, it's worked, as they have the lead through 2 quarters of play.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. They look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive. But maybe cut into it a little bit, as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Andy Dalton. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. Under pressure, and down he goes. Give the sack to Lorenzo Carter.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. So we get set to start this 3rd quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now.
They're obviously right now in the driver's seat, comfortably ahead. They've scored on a couple straight possessions, Charles. And, I mean, for them, I guess it's just more of the same, right? Keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah, it's not typical for us to see games out of reach in the 3rd quarter. Right now, they're unstoppable in this one. And seeing how they just came out onto the field, it does appear like they're done scoring points in this one. They look awfully confident.
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. Now Mariota. Another completion right back to Patterson. And he's going to have a Falcons 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up the 1st down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. Toss left side, Patterson.
And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That's one they certainly wish they had back. A loss of 8. Throwing on 2nd and long. Mariota. Looking sideline, and he's going to have his man as he was able to walk the tightrope there for the completion. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down.
On 3rd down, Mariota.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
And this is away, and I don't think Landry will get a chance to return here.
But now this offense comes back out onto the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a 1st.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
They run it again with Kamara.
And this will wind up as Saints 1st down as good running gets them to about the 44.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 76 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again.
And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Offensive line right now really freeing up the rushing lanes on this drive.
And we have to give them props. They've earned them. But these big runs that we're seeing, they don't result without everyone else being involved as well. Blocking on the perimeter has to take place downfield too.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
Ball at the 14 for 2nd and 5.
And now to the air, Dalton. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's Dalton. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Johnson. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll run it with Kamara. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
That was a terrific play, causing a loss. As a middle linebacker, simple. You can either fill holes or you can attack them, as he did there.
Gotta figure this is one they need here on 3rd and goal. And Dalton to throw. Touchdown, Saints.
Juwan Johnson, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Saints are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Lutz with the extra point, and the lead is down to 11 at 28-17. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here.
Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10.
Mariota now. And he's taken down here by the Saints.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
Like how they started the 3rd quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Here's Mariota. Under pressure, they got him again. Cameron Jordan in there again as he's able to pick up sacks on both 1st and 2nd down.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
The sack backs him up, so now Mariota in Atlanta dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll look to throw here. And the pressure gets to him again. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
Those has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game. Even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Atlanta. And he's able to get it out of there. Landry now on the return. Following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest. A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Dalton now to pass. Slant pass complete to Olave. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the 4th quarter of play. Dalton's throw complete there to Johnson. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. To throw again on 2nd down. Dalton looking left side. That's caught by Landry. And out of bounds right around the 20. Dalton operating in the red zone now. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And the Saints are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
And it'll be Dalton again. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. A give. This is Kamara. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Got a man open. It's Thomas. It's a touchdown for New Orleans. 8 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Saints have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Oh, such great concentration. They're going right up against the side of the end zone, but able to get the feet in bounds.
There are so many things that go into that catch, and you just mentioned the concentration, being able to catch the football, get your feet down in bounds, hang on to it all the way through the process of the catch. That was a phenomenal play.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. Here's Dalton to throw for it. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. So trying to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage, just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you're trying to throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And these guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And this will be a Falcons first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone that has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, it'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the fourth. First down, Mariota. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Patterson, he'll try it up the middle. And only a couple for him there as the tackle is made at the 42. The Falcons on third down. They've had plenty of success. 8 conversions, looking for a 9th. This is 3rd and 8. They'll get this into the hands of Hodge. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 44-yard line. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Throwing again on 2nd down. Mariota. Throw out right, taken in by Patterson. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. 3rd and 7 now.
Well, it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackled him for a loss.
The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Mariota to throw it. Throw over the middle, going to be caught here by Pitts. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way, it worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Again, it's Mariota. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing is Mariota. And that incompletion breaks a string of 5 straight connections. And it's 2nd down. On 2nd and 10, Mariota completes to Zacchaeus. And out of bounds right around the 20. Now this drive, they're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need 7 yards here. To throw is Mariota. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Cameron Jordan, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it.
But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
Koo knocks this one through the post. And that'll push the lead up to 8. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do and kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And remember, despite giving up the field goal, this is still a one-score game. They're in need of the touchdown and a two-point conversion. A field goal on this drive likely doesn't do them much good. On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. Complete. It's Johnson. So the completion good for 7 there. And it's 2nd down. They'll run. This is Kamara. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 99 yards rushing now for Kamara. It's a 1st down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. 2 yards the loss. 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Now Dalton. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Calling a loss of 2 there on the play. And they'll make it 3rd and 13.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting to pass downfield.
So the edge rushers, they're coming. They could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And they've got a 4th down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for.
Well, he forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted. And the Saints are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
Now Dalton. Oh, and that nearly ended it. That should have been intercepted, but he cannot corral it, and that is a lifeline there with 3rd down coming up.
That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Big 4th down here. It's Dalton. He's going to let it fly. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. So now let's reset here, Charles. They do have 2 timeouts left, so they can stop the clock twice. This one's not quite over yet.
No, and what you're doing on defense, you're going to use both timeouts, obviously. But you've got to call defenses are going to force the issue early, meaning you want that play over fast. You don't want to give them time to dance around in the backfield or run a wide sweep that'll take off time. Blitz them, put pressure on them, make sure that play ends quickly so that you can go ahead and keep moving.
Straight ahead, Patterson. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And they take a knee.
2nd and 11 now. On 2nd down, a run with Patterson.
And a short gain down to about the 33. They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. They go down to a knee, and the new campaign off to a good start. It's a win here in Week 1.
Now, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in Week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for Atlanta, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.